NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's Chippewa River Baseball League doubleheader as the 7-5 Eau Claire Cavaliers, who are 5-3 in the CRBL, take on the Cadott Red Sox from Carson Park. The Red Sox are 5-4 in the CRBL. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Red Sox. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see where things stand. And then we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Carson Park in Eau Claire. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time shero to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our shero, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Very shortly, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will face off in a doubleheader against the Cadott Red Sox from Carson Park in Eau Claire. The 7-5 Cavaliers, who are 5-3 in the CRBL, are coming off a frustrating 12-2 loss to the Eau Claire Bears last Wednesday. Now, leading the way at the plate in that game for the Cavaliers was Gabe O'Brien, who went 2 for 3 with an RBI, including a double in the first inning. That's a non-league matchup, though. Fly ball out into right field. It's back. It's off the wall. O'Brien rounds first and heads into second with a stand-up double. Also going 2 for 3 was Cooper Kapanke, including an RBI single in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right, straight up the middle, rounding third, coming in to score. Is Gabe O'Brien as Kapanke singles to center field and picks up an RBI. Campbell Kapanke completed the 3-hit first inning with a solid shot to center field. Ginther peeks over his shoulder at first and delivers. Hard shot into center field. Campbell rounds first. He's going to hold there. Cooper checks in at third. Cavs have runners on the corners. Caden Erickson found his way to the plate following his double in the third inning. Fly ball out into left field. That's going to fall in. It's going to go all the way to the warning track. Erickson checks in at second. That'll be a double for Caden Erickson, and it brings up Josh Garcia. Defensively, shortstop Ben Boda went deep into the hole to snag a hard-hit grounder by Hunter Ginther to force the Bears' Nate Kent at second. Here's the pitch. Hard hit, fielded by Boda, throw over to second, and they got him at second. A nice play by Ben Boda at shortstop and able to make the throw over to Erickson at second. On the mound, Tyson Woodcock took the loss, going 3+ innings and giving up 8 runs, 7 of which were earned on 8 hits and walking 4. Now today, the Cavaliers play host to the Cadott Red Sox in a CRBL twin bill. The Red Sox are coming off a 9-6 win over the Beef River Bullfrogs in a non-league game. Now, in that game, the Red Sox were led at the plate by Jonah Hansen, who went 3 for 3, as well as Chad Cron, who went 3 for 4 and scored a run. Last season, the Cavaliers swept a doubleheader from the Red Sox by scores of 12-0 and 15-0. However, This season's Red Sox appear to be playing much better. So far this season, leading the way for the Cavaliers at the plate is Cooper Kapanke, who's hitting at a .579 pace and has driven in 11 RBI. Now, coming in with a .481 batting average is Gabe O'Brien, who has 5 doubles and 2 home runs to lead the Cavs in extra bases. Campbell Kapanke is batting .368 and is right behind O'Brien with extra base hits, hitting 5 doubles and a triple, while Caden Erickson is hitting .342. Xavier Bemnister at .333 rounds out the Cavaliers, hitting .300 or better. On the mound, the Cavaliers are being led by Lucas Costley. He's posted a 3-0 record with a 3.42 earned run average and has struck out 28 in his 26 1/3 innings pitched, including 2 complete games. Jalen Pascal has a 1-0 record and a save and is posting a 2.57 ERA, while Andrew Milner has a 3.43 ERA with a 1-2 record. As a staff, the Cavaliers have a combined ERA of 4.31 with a whip of 1.79. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective as we chat with him on The Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 24th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Midwestern Wildcats from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 24th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemnister Show.
Once again, we're at the Goat Coffee House talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, today the Cavaliers will try to get back on the winning track as they take on the Cadott Red Sox. But although we'd probably like to forget about it, the Cavs were defeated last Wednesday 12-2 by the Eau Claire Bears. Your comments about that game?
Well, it's not one we want to forget about. We got to learn from everything that we do, including losses and stuff like that. It was a bad one to take. We were shorthanded from the get-go, pitching-wise and stuff like that. So we knew that, and we had a couple guys actually get injured in the bullpen and in warm-ups early in the game. So we had to switch our lineup, as you know, 2 or 3 times just because of what was going on.
Let me tell you, Ryan gives me a starting lineup well before game time, and I have it nice and neatly typed on my sheets. And nothing like Ryan coming up about 10 minutes before game time and saying, "Please don't shoot me."
Yeah, I try not to do that too often, but it feels like it's been happening more often than not. Yeah, so we had a few little issues there and stuff like that, and it was one of those nights where the Bears just hit the ball. They hit the ball really well, and defensively we were not good again. We had 4 errors in the field that night, and that was just the physical errors that were on the board, not the mental ones that we had. But we could just never string together hits too, and that's a broken record on that. I mean, I think we ended up with 7 hits that night, but 6 of them came in the first 4 innings. We can't do much if you're not going to hit the ball and score runs, and that's what the boys need to remember.
Now, in that game, it seemed like the Cavaliers may have been, how should we say it, trying too hard or pressing both at the plate and in the field. Could this be making it actually more difficult for the Cavs?
Yeah. There's a large amount of the boys that are pressing in everything that they do. And that doesn't go well. You're not going to make anything better by pressing. You just need to take a step back, take a breath, relax, know that you can't do everything for the team, and just do what you can do in your own your body.
And focus on fundamentals.
Yeah, that's all they got to do. And they'll be fine. They'll be back. Every team has rough spells, and we're going through ours right now, and we'll be good to go,
Now
today.
on Wednesday, Cavalier pitching seemed to struggle a little with finding the strike zone walking 7 Bears, striking out only 6. What can those pitchers do to fix this? It's also the walks seem to be a reoccurring theme.
Yeah, they're picking a little bit too much. They need to not be so selective in what they think is a strike and what's not a strike. Put the ball in the zone that the umpire's calling a zone. Sometimes that's going to be a little erratic, I know, but you've got to know that the strike zone is only what's made as a strike zone by the umpire. So these guys are kind of picking corners, hoping to get the call, and the pitchers are kind of creatures of habit. You know, if they don't get the call the first time, they're going to go back to it 2 or 3 or 4 more times. And if that umpire's not going to give it to them, they have to learn, okay, I can't throw it there anymore.
Right.
And we're not doing that. They're just consistently trying to pick that corner or pick that spot, and they're not getting the call, and they just hope it's going to change. Well, it's not going to, and you need to realize that.
Now, on Wednesday, in spite of the loss, the Cavaliers still hang on to 3rd place in the CRBL South. And today the Cavaliers have the opportunity to pick up some ground in the division race as they take on the Cadott Red Sox, who seem to be a little improved over last year. What do you know about the Red Sox?
They are improved. I know that they picked up 4 or 5 good ball players. A couple of them are collegiate guys that went over there from the area here in Eau Claire, and they got a little younger, a little faster, a little better on the mound. I know that. They picked up a couple of good pitchers and stuff and a couple of good sticks. So we are fully expecting to have, again, as we get from everybody else, the best that they have, and we'll see what we can do with it.
You think we might possibly see former Cavalier Carter Hesselman throw against the Cavs?
Maybe. I don't know how much he's thrown this year yet. I was talking to a couple of the other guys. It seems like he's been working a little bit, and I don't know how far away from his injury that he had he is, but it'd be good to see him again. He's a nice kid.
I was just going to say, it'd be really good to see him even if he is wearing the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, and that's okay with me. I mean, it's fine. These guys got to find places to play and things like that. An opportunity knocked for him, and he took it, and I hope he's doing well, just as like the other guys that we wanted to have come play for us. I hope they're having a good season and have a good time, and that's what baseball's all about. You know, it doesn't matter who you're playing with, as long as you're playing and learning and having fun. That's the most important part.
So who's getting the call to the mound today? You've got 2 games, so how are you going to deal with that?
Well, okay, game 1, it's become a shock to you. It's going to be Lucas Kostlake.
Oh, my.
Yeah. He's been our most consistent pitcher all year long, to be honest with you. I mean, he's just a workhorse, and he wants the ball every time we go play against the team and everything like that. I mean, I think I mentioned this to you in the extra inning game against Chippewa Falls. He wanted to go out there for the 8th inning, and we didn't let him. And then in the second game, he wanted to pitch an inning in that game. So he always wants the ball, and that's something that I wish the other guys had the fire in him. And I'm not saying they don't. You know, there's guys asking for the ball and things like that, but just asking for it is one thing, but then going out there and putting your foot down.
Proving that's exactly the move that should have been made.
So, yeah, we're going to go with Lucas in game 1. As far as game 2, I haven't really made a decision yet. I'm going to see how guys are feeling. Again, we had a couple of injuries I'm going to have to deal with when I put my lineup in here today. I don't know if I'm going to have my starting shortstop available, so that'll mess everything up. I don't know if I'm going to have one of my outfielders, so I'm not
going to type this one on the sheet. I'll just keep track of it.
Just keep track. I wouldn't put anything out there yet until about 10 minutes before game time. So, yeah, it's just one of those deals where right now we have a couple guys that are not feeling right, and I don't want to put them in a position to make them feel worse. So, and I don't know if honestly, I don't know if Ben Boda's going to be available.
Okay.
Short. So that's
and I was going to ask, how is he? He took one right in the ear hole.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has a ruptured eardrum. So,
oh my!
Yeah, just how it hit and what happened and everything like that. So I hear, he's recovering fine and dandy, but we'll see as he gets to the fields today and what he's able to do. I'll probably hold him out of the lineup. I just don't want to take any chances with things like that, and we'll have to figure out what we're going to do.
Okay, well, Ryan, good luck on today's games. 2 of them, and hopefully the Cavaliers can get back to winning and close that gap on the Osseo Merchants.
Yeah, hopefully.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire, with Cavalier manager Ryan Bempnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Cadott Red Sox. The Cavaliers are coming off a 12-2 loss to the Eau Claire Bears last Wednesday. In the only other CRBL game on Wednesday, the Tilden Tigers and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks faced off at Carson Park in Chippewa Falls, with the Tigers coming out on top 5-0. That leaves the league standings coming into this weekend as follows. In the North, the 10-2 Tilden Tigers have a 3.5 game lead over the 5-4 Cadott Red Sox. Meanwhile, the Jim Falls Sturgeons at 4-6 are 5 games back, and the Bloomer Woodticks at 3-6 are 5.5 back, while the 2-8 Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks are 7 games behind. In the South, the unbeaten at 10-0 Osseo Merchants hold a 3-game lead over the 6-2 Eau Claire Rivermen. In third place at 5-3 are the Eau Claire Cavaliers, 4 games off the pace. The Eau Claire Bears are 4.5 games back at 5-4, while the Augusta Athletics and the Beef River Bullfrogs are 8 and 9.5 games back respectively. In addition to the Cavaliers hosting the Red Sox for a doubleheader today, the Bloomer Woodticks will face the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a single game in Bloomer, and the Eau Claire Rivermen will travel to Carson Park in Chippewa Falls to take on the Tilden Tigers. Now coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, June 21st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Augusta Athletics from Jan Kruger Field in Augusta, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, June 21st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're talking with Mitch Voller. And Mitch, can you fill us in on your role with the Cavaliers now that you're coming back for another season?
My role this year will likely be the same as last year. I'll be playing outfield. I've been playing center field so far, so look to see me there, and maybe a little bit of pitching too.
Now, when did you start playing baseball?
I've been playing baseball, unofficially probably since I was 2 or 3 in the backyard. And then ever since T-ball Little League when I was 5 or 6.
Nothing better than that backyard baseball, is there?
No, nothing.
All right.
Too many good memories.
Aside from the Cavaliers, what's the highest level of ball you've been playing?
Well, that would be high school baseball here in Eau Claire at Eau Claire Memorial.
Okay. Now, can you tell us about your most memorable experience? That can either be as a player or as a spectator.
Honestly, there's too many to count. I'd honestly say backyard baseball, just combine all those together.
Okay, all right. Now, how about filling us in a little bit about your family or friends that are going to be cheering for you at Cavs games?
Well, it'll be my mom and dad mostly. Tomorrow, my grandparents from Duluth will be there, and then maybe my brother once in a while.
Okay. I've got a few rapid-fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Pie.
Which kind?
Blueberry cream cheese from Quick Trip, Main Street.
Main Street blueberry cream cheese. I was just talking about that with some friends the other day. The berry and various different kinds of berries and cream cheese pie that comes from Main Street. You can't beat it, can you?
No, they're delicious.
Now, your favorite color and why?
Green, because it's the color of the outfield.
There you go. There you go. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Telekinesis, because you can control things with your mind. I can hit home runs every time.
Hey, good idea. Okay. Now, of course, if you have a superpower, you have to have a superhero name to go with it. What would your superhero name be?
I'd have to leave that for the citizens to decide.
Oh, the good people of whatever town that you're saving that day.
Yes.
Okay. Your favorite Major League team?
The Brewers.
Okay, and was there a player that you kind of idolized and patterned your game after as you were growing up?
I mean, Ryan Braun sticks out just because he's been on the Brewers for so long, especially when I was first getting into baseball, so I'd have to go with him.
And as you were growing up, your favorite movie or TV show that you really enjoyed?
Star Wars.
Okay, the whole series?
Yeah, we'll just say the whole series.
We're talking with Mitch Voller on Cavalier Profile. And Mitch, when you're not playing baseball, where are we going to find you?
This summer, I'll hopefully be doing a lot of fishing, maybe some biking or out on the lake.
Okay. And when people watch Cavalier games, you mentioned you're mostly out there in the outfield. What number should they be looking for?
I am number 2.
Okay, and we've been talking with Mitch Voller today on Cavalier Profile. More in the dugout coming up right after this.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more in the dugout coming right up.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today the Cavaliers face off against the Cadott Red Sox in CRBL doubleheader action. Today's keys to the game? Well, the Cavalier bats need to group base hits rather than the rare power ball. And the Cavalier pitching needs to simply throw strikes as there's no defense for walks. In addition, defensively, the Cavs need to communicate and not try to do too much individually. That should cut down on the errors. Now today, the Cavaliers are facing a team which finds itself in the midst of a playoff race and would like nothing more than to stay in contention. That means you're about to see some exciting Cavalier baseball, and we'll have it for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now in just a moment, I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew at Carson Park in Eau Claire as we bring you all the action of both games of today's doubleheader between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Cadott Red Sox. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball into left field. Could it be? Could it be? Way back. Toss the fence and it's out of here. It's a 3-run three-run home run, and the Cavaliers take the lead.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
Good afternoon and happy Father's Day. Rick Olson here with you from Carson Park, and I learned one of these days to turn on the right microphone. And as I was saying, happy Father's Day. This is a repeat of a tradition my father and I had for many, many years. He's not with us now, but I'm sure he's taking a peek. We used to come to Cavs baseball games for Father's Day, and so it's kind of fun to be right here doing it again. And the Cavs are getting ready to take on the Cadott Red Sox. Cavs are 5-3, Red Sox are 5-4, and we are set up for a heck of a matchup. 2 games today, and we're going to have both of them for you. And Dan, why don't you tell us who's playing in game number 1?
Yeah, here's the starters for the Red Sox. Their batting first will be their shortstop, number 2, Chad Crone. Batting second will be their second baseman, number 24, Jack Kane. Batting third will be their catcher, number 15, Jonah Hansen. Batting fourth will be the left fielder, number 4, Cole Backham. Batting fifth will be their center fielder, number 1, Eli Johnson. Batting sixth will be their third baseman, number 9, Zach Merritt. Batting seventh will be their first baseman, number 17, Carter Hesselman.
And that name ought to sound really familiar to Cavalier fans.
Yeah, pitcher last year, wasn't he?
2 years ago, he was a pitcher. Evidently, he's got a torn labrum that he has not had surgically repaired yet, and so he's not pitching in this game, but or in the second game. His arm just can't handle that at this point, but it's good to see Carter back on the field.
Yeah, and batting eighth will be their pitcher, number 11, Henry Wilkerson. Batting ninth will be their extra hitter, number 8, Logan Brzezinski. Batting 10th will be their designated hitter, number 5, Tony Riley. And number 11, Henry Wilkerson on the mound.
Also playing out in right field.
That's right.
He's being designated hit for is Sean Sunlachik.
For the Cavaliers, batting first will be their second baseman, number 6, Caden Erickson. Batting second will be the left fielder, number 27, Campbell Kapanke. Batting third will be their center fielder, number 47, Gabe O'Brien. Batting fourth will be their first baseman, number 7, Cooper Kapanke. Batting fifth will be the right fielder, number 20, Jack Redwine, who is also our Geno's player of the game. Batting sixth will be their catcher, number 19, Cole Timon. Batting seventh will be their third baseman, number 3, Josh Garcia. Batting eighth will be their designated hitter, number 2, Mitch Valler. Batting ninth will be their shortstop, number 17, Ben Boda. And on the mound will be number 11, Jalen Pascal.
And Pascal comes into today's game with a record of 1 win and no losses, a 2.57 earned run average. He's thrown 14 innings, given up 4 earned runs on 9 hits. He's struck out 25, and he's walked 7. And as Dan mentioned, Jack Redwine is the Geno's player of the game. So make sure when you go out to Geno's tomorrow, maybe for a belated Father's Day lunch or something like that, or make sure you mention Jack's name, and you'll get a free soft drink. And if Jack should manage to score today, well, then it turns into a free appetizer, and that'll be for your table. And what a nice way to cap off Father's Day weekend. And Red Sox are out there warming up, doing their infield warm-up drills, and then we'll be ready to get things going here at Carson Park on Father's Day. 2 games for you, plenty of time to get down here to the ballpark. Have Father's Day. Take Dad to the ball game. It doesn't get much better than that. It's a nice day. It's not too hot, nice breeze. And come on out and enjoy all the Carson Park festivities today. And while we're waiting for the Red Sox to wrap up, we'll take a brief timeout as you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How is it? Is it good?
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
And we're back here at Carson Park getting ready for the Cavs to take on the Cadott Red Sox in a doubleheader. For Father's Day, pretty big game in the Chippewa River Baseball League as well. Cadott in the Northern Division and the Cavs in the Southern Division. Both teams trying to keep pace with the leadership in their divisions. Cavs at 5-3. Cadott at 5-4, and Cadott sitting in second place in the North. They're, if I'm not mistaken, 3 games behind the Tilden Tigers. The only 2 losses the Tilden Tigers have this year were the opening game loss or opening game wins for the Cavaliers. They defeated the Tigers in both of those. First one in extra innings, and then the second one. But got another doubleheader for you coming today against the Red Sox. Now, last year, the Cavaliers absolutely dominated the Red Sox in the doubleheader they played. One game was 15-0, and the other was 12-0. And I suspect that this is going to be a little tighter contest. I might be surprised, but I suspect it's going to be. Cadott's playing much better ball this year, and they've got better pitching. And so this should be a little tighter contest. And that only means, Dan, that it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah. You never know what each team's going to bring the next week, so you always got to be prepared. And Cavs are trying to get back on a little roll here.
Bennett Bovey hitting the fungos to the infield for the Cadott Red Sox, and reminded me for a moment there of that Kenny Rogers song, The Greatest, about the little boy who tosses the ball up and he swings and misses 3 times, because he did a nice swing and miss out there. And
yeah, I don't think I do very good at those. I was watching Ryan Page do it down there, and he didn't miss a beat.
No, Ryan, and when he hits flies to the outfield, those outfielders have got to expect to head back and catch it around the warning track. Ryan looks like he could still play. And the Red Sox are just about wrapped up, which means we're just about ready to get started. Umpires are out there, ready to meet with the managers. And they're done out there. And our umpires today are Danny Whiteside and it appears as though Denny will be behind the plate and Rich Hansen will be on the bases. I sure hope Denny's behind the plate because he's got all the padding on. So we've got the managers meeting at home. The game ball's been tossed out towards the mound, and we're getting ready to start. And we're going to send it to the public address announcer for those pregame announcements.
With this privilege comes the responsibility to conduct oneself in a manner that deems enjoyable for all fans and participants. Generally behave in such manner will result in removal from this facility. Let us remember to show pride in our teams and communities by demonstrating good sportsmanship toward all players, coaches, fans, and officials. Thank you. All balls are the property of the Eau Claire Cavaliers Baseball Club. Please return all foul balls to the souvenir stand located on the third baseline, where you will receive a $1 token for use of the souvenir stand. As a friendly reminder, Carson Park Baseball Stadium is a non-smoking facility. If you must smoke, we ask that you please leave the stadium. Again, there is no smoking in Carson Park Baseball Stadium. Thank you. Finally, all fans, especially those in bleachers, are reminded you're at a baseball game. And follow ball will enter the stands at a high rate of speed. We ask that you remain alert at all times. Now, today's good news geometry roadside ice cream diner starting lineup in the Cadott Red Sox. Leading off, wearing shortstop, number 2, Chad Crowley. Batting second, the second baseman, number 24, Jack King. Batting third, and catching, number 15, Jonah Hansen. Hitting fourth, the left fielder, number 4, Cole Bachman. Batting fifth, playing center field, number 1, Eli Johnson. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 9, Zach Merritt. Hitting seventh, the first baseman, number 17, Carter Hesselman. Batting eighth and pitching, number 11, Henry Wilkinson. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, number 8, Logan Brzezinski. Hitting 10th, the designated hitter, number 5, Tony Riley. And playing right field for the Red Sox, number 23, Sean Slachik. The Red Sox are coached by Rick Danielson. Now, the great news geometry roadside ice cream and diner starting lineup for your very own 2023 Eau Claire Cavaliers. Leading off, playing second base, number 6, Keaton Erickson. Batting second, left fielder, number 27, Keon Kapanki. And third, playing center field, number 47, Gabe O'Brien. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 7, Cooper Kapanki. Batting fifth, playing right field, number 20, Jack Redwine. Hitting sixth, the catcher, number 19, Cole Tyman. Hitting seventh, the third baseman, number 3, Josh Garcia. Batting eighth and playing designated hitter, number 2, Mitch Baller. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 17, Ben Boga. And pitching to the Cavaliers, number 11, the Cavs are coached by Ryan Bennester and assisted by Ryan Hunter and Ryan Page. The officials for today's 2-7 games on the bases, Mr. Rich Hansen, and behind the plate, Sir Dennis Whiteside. Now, would you please rise, remove your hats, and honor America for the playing of our national anthem.
And that's the playing of our national anthem with the breaking up of the sound system a little bit, and but he still had the opportunity to honor America as
All right, John, let her rip.
John Eiley with the first pitch, and of course it was a strike.
All right, now we're going to have a few words on behalf of the Good News
And
Katie Lacey. She's the female chaplain at Buffalo, Temple, Tempton, Chippewa, and Eau Claire Cavaliers. Here you go, Katie.
We thank you for your dedication to your families. We as Goodness, Ministry chaplains and volunteers, we serve a population of men and women who have broken relationships with their fathers. Some may not even know who their father was. Many do not know how to be fathers to their families, especially young daughters. Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, Trimble, Buffalo, and Peckham counties have a unique opportunity of our ministry because most jails do not hire chaplains. Good News Jail places chaplains behind bars to bring hope to the forgotten. We introduce them to a heavenly Father who becomes what their earthly father could not do. Through our Bible studies, services, one-to-ones, and other focused programs, we encourage them in their faith in our Lord Jesus Christ. So reach out to us and say hi. We'd love to share more. And thank you.
And that was a few words from the sponsors of today's game, Roadside Ice Cream and Diner, along with Good News Jail Ministry. And that's where those words came from. As Jalen Pascal on the mound getting warmed up. Taking a look at the Cavaliers defensively around the infield, it's Josh Garcia at third, Ben Boda at short, Caden Erickson at second, Cooper Kapanke at first, Cole Timon behind the plate. Out in the outfield, Campbell Kapanke, that's the second time in a row I've done that. Campbell Kapanke out in left, Gabe O'Brien in center, and Jack Redwine in right field. Jalen Pascal on the mound. And so leading off for the Cadott Red Sox, Chad Crone. The shortstop. Pascal looks in, starts his wind, and the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Fastball on the outside corner. And the 0-1 pitch. Just low. 1-1. As we said, Denny Whiteside behind the plate, a veteran of many games back there. Here's the pitch. High pop-up, just out of the infield. Erickson behind it, and he's under it to make the catch. Jack Kane comes to the plate. Second baseman. Here's the pitch. Strike called inside. Kane didn't like that one. Turned around and looked over at the dugout like, you're not going to believe this. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field, but ranging over and making the catch is Gabe O'Brien. Two up, two down in the first inning brings up Jonah Hansen, the catcher. Here's the wind in the pitch. High and away, ball one. The wind in the 1-0 pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Denny Whiteside likes that corner.
Yeah, Denny always works the edges.
Here's the wind. 1-1 pitch. That was inside. I think Hansen was saying, are you sure that didn't hit me? Here's the pitch. Line shot right into the glove of Ben Boda. So, for the Red Sox, 3 up, 3 down, nothing across. We've played a half inning, and it's Cadott nothing. Cavaliers coming to bat on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
And this reminder that our Gino's player of the game is Jack Redwine. He's playing right field today for the Cavaliers. And if you go out to Gino's tomorrow and you mention Jack's name, you'll get yourself a free soft drink. And if Jack should manage to score today, that'll turn into a free appetizer, limit of 1 per table. But there's enough there to share. And if you're going out there and you're a winner of that appetizer, just let us know. Dan and I'll come out and join you. Those are good apps out there, Dan.
Yeah, we've been there a couple times. That's good stuff.
On the mound, warming up for the Red Sox is Henry Wilkerson. And due up for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the first, Caden Erickson, Campbell Kapanke, and then Gabe O'Brien. The top 4 in the Cavaliers lineup have really strong batting averages, and then we run into where the problem has been this season. The bottom 5, it drops off pretty quickly. So we need to wake up the bats in the bottom 5, and maybe the top 4 can show the way. Caden Erickson leads off, batting .342. Wilkerson looks in for the sign. And he delivers. Foul back out of play. Erickson's got 3 doubles on the year. Pitch is low for a ball, counts even at 1-1. He's got 6 RBI. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball over to short, scooped up there, throw over to first, and they can't handle the throw. Erickson's there safely. That's going to be an error on the shortstop on the throw. So Cron picks up the air on his throw over to Hesselman. Hesselman couldn't quite reach it.
Yeah, good hustle there by Erickson.
Well, they gave him a hit. So, base hit for Erickson. Campbell Kapanke at the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Campbell batting .368. One of the leaders in extra base hits. Throw over to first, and Erickson's back. Campbell's got 5 doubles and a triple. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gabe O'Brien on deck. Wilkerson peeks at first and delivers. That one missed. And I'm not sure where.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
2 balls and 1 strike. Must have been a little bit low. Wilkerson delivers. That was low for a ball. 3 balls and a strike. It's a hitter's pitch coming here. Wilkerson at the belt. The 3-1 pitch fouled back into the screen. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Caden Erickson on first. Campbell Kapanke getting ready. Wilkerson at the belt. He delivers. Line shot to second. Throw over to first. So he does not throw it back over to first. Kapanke is out on the line shot to second to Kane. And Erickson wisely saw that that was going to be caught and dove back into first, so he didn't get doubled off. Brings up Gabe O'Brien batting .481. He is the leader in extra base hits for the Cavaliers. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. O'Brien has 5 doubles and 2 home runs. Here's the pitch. Pop foul out of play on the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wilkerson looking over at first and delivers. Inside, the ball gets away from the catcher, Hansen, and by the time he finds it, Erickson's over on second. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gabe O'Brien. So they're pitching O'Brien outside, and Wilkerson's struggling to find the spot there. 2-1 the count. Strike called on the outside corner. Counts even at 2-2. Wilkerson at the belt. Looks over towards second. And the pitch, that's outside. Count is full. Crone at shortstop doing a little cat and mouse with Erickson out at second. And the pitch, it's high for ball 4. So O'Brien draws the walk and runners at first and second. Erickson at second, O'Brien at first, brings up Cooper Kapanke. Leading the team in hitting, batting .579.
The 3 doubles, 11 RBIs.
Swinging and a miss for strike 1. Now, Cooper is one of those guys, a couple years ago, we thought he was going to turn into a power hitter. And he said he wasn't real happy with the number of strikeouts he was getting, so he's focused more on just getting good, solid base hits and cutting down on the strikeouts. He's been successful at that. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. That's slicing foul. Not a play. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 runners on. We're in the bottom of the first inning, no score. Wilkerson looks at second and delivers. Pop up in the infield, should be the infield fly rule, it is. And it's caught by Kane. So Kapanke pops out to second, and it brings up our Geno's player of the game, Jack Redwine. Ground ball over to third, scoop by Merritt. And he made the out at third. And the Cavs don't like the call. They think Erickson slid under the tag, and they might have a legitimate beef. But, and now, Ryan Bemnister goes out and talks with the umpire. But anyway, for the Cavaliers, no runs on 1 hit. No errors, 2 were left on base. We've played 1, and there's no score at Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us. The passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Back here at Carson Park. I keep getting confused by which mic is which.
Oh, yeah,
here.
because we got it switched.
Because we're seated in opposite positions. So, anyway, we start off the top of the second inning. Due up for the Cadott Red Sox, Cole Backham, Eli Johnson, and Zach Merritt. And the first pitch to Backham is a called strike. Backham playing left field. And that pitch missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pascal delivers. Foul down the first baseline. Brian Maher dances out of the way. Or that's not Brian Maher. The uniforms are almost identical. The Cadott Red Sox dark uniforms are almost exactly the same as the Cavalier dark uniforms. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul. Counts even at 2-2. Jalen Pascal looking in, nods, and delivers. High and inside, the count is full. Cole Backham at the plate. Here's the pitch, check swing. Ball 4. And actually, Backham did it right there, Dan. He waited. You could tell he thought it was ball 4, but he waited for the umpire to make the call before taking off.
Yeah, Pascal tried to throw that little changeup, and he didn't bite.
Eli Johnson, the center fielder, at the plate. Backham, the first base runner for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. Pascal delivers. Chopper foul down the third baseline. Red Sox manager Rick Danielson missed that one in the coach's box. Backham takes his lead at first. The pitch to Johnson's a called strike right down the middle of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Backham takes his lead. Throw over to first, and he's back. Pascal's got a pretty quick move over to first. And the Red Sox take good leads.
Yeah, Backham's got to be careful here.
And the pitch. Fouled off the right side. Well, that was close to your car over there, Cassie.
She's not
She goes, nah. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Johnson goes down on strikes. It's going to bring up Zach Merritt, the third baseman. Made that unassisted put out to end the first inning. Backham at first, one down. Pascal shakes off a couple. Now he looks over at first and delivers. High and inside, ball one. Tried to come with a high fastball. He delivers. Fouled off the right side. One ball, one strike. To Zach Merritt. Backham with his lead at first. And the pitch, that's outside. Quick throw down to first, and Backham's back in. Two balls and a strike. And the pitch to Merritt. That's high and inside, ball three. Pascal looks in and delivers. Ground ball over to second. Erickson flips to the short and over to first, and a 4-6-3 double play. Erickson to Boda to Kapanke, and the Cavaliers are out of the inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played an inning and a half, and there's still no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
So we're back here at Carson Park. I'm pushing all kinds of buttons over here, Dan, and just not having much luck with them. Rick Olson with you here. Dan Petchow sitting off to my left. Cassie Johnson-Nelson off to my right running the computer. And Jeremy DeGrosse on the camera. Due up for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the second inning. We have Cole Timon, followed by Josh Garcia and Mitch Voller. Timon stepping in, batting 143. Starting to show a little bit of signs of coming out of the struggles he's had at the beginning of the season. Here's the first pitch. Fly ball foul off the right side, out of play. No balls and a strike. Wilkerson looking in. He winds and fires. Strike to outside third of the plate. Timon steps in. Wilkerson into his motion. The 0-2 pitch. Foul back off the front of the press box to the right of us. I tell you what, Dan, they've been aiming at us this year. Jeremy goes, he didn't even flinch over there. Steve doesn't. He's an old hand at this. He doesn't flinch. Now, bear in mind, I didn't call him old. Just experienced. No balls and 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch. Foul back again off the window of the press box off to our right. You know, they say the difference between that and a good solid base hit is just a fraction of an inch.
Yeah, it's starting to make contact.
So the count holds at 0-2, and here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. Wilkerson looking in for the sign. And time is called. Timon called time. It was taking the pitcher a little too long. It actually is pretty tough to hold that batting stance and be coiled and ready to swing. Here's the pitch. Line shot caught out there by the shortstop, Crone.
Yeah, he finally made some contact just right to the shortstop, though.
And that's one of those that had base hit written all over it, and that's the kind of luck that Timon's been having this year. That brings up Josh Garcia batting .273, playing third base. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner.
Yes, 3 RBIs.
Left-handed hitter. It's a lefty-righty matchup here. And that one missed outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one with 1 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Wilkerson had him fooled that time with an off-speed pitch. Look for the fastball here. And that's what he got, and he was able to foul it away. If it's not one you can tee off on once you get 2 strikes, at least get a piece of it. Live to swing another day.
Yeah, Wilkerson has, looks like, 3 pitches.
Here's the wind, and the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Josh Garcia goes down swinging. That's going to bring up designated hitter Mitch Voller. Now, Mitch does not have a batting average yet. He's only had 2 plate appearances. However, 2 years ago, he led the Cavaliers in hitting. So maybe the Cavaliers can capture some of the magic out of that bat. Strike called on the outside corner. Two down. The 0-1 pitch. That's inside for a ball. Curveball didn't quite break over. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Voller chased that inside fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We've played 2, and we have no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 24th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Midwestern Wildcats from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 24th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we should point out that game, that Cowboys game, has been moved ahead an hour. So the Cowboy Kickoff next Saturday for the Cowboys against the Midwestern Wildcats will actually be at 2:30. And this week, the officials know about it, so the game will actually start on time. And the first pitch coming in to Carter Hesselman caught him in the shoulder. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Henry Wilkerson.
And Pascal's trying to work that inside part of the plate.
Got a little too much inside that time. So Henry Wilkerson at the plate. Swing and a miss for strike one. Back when Hesselman was with the Cavaliers, he did not bat very often. Fly ball, foul territory on the right side. Giving chase is Cooper Kapanke, but it lands out of play. So, no balls, 2 strikes to Wilkerson. And the pitch, it's outside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Logan Brzezinski is on deck. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. Redwine giving chase. It's over his head, and it's out of the park. A 2-run home run by Henry Wilkerson. Redwine gave it a chase back to where the right field drops back to normal distance, and that's the corner that it snuck out of. It just missed the high wall and cleared the low fence right by that post there, that right where the right field makes that change. Logan Brzezinski, the extra hitter, is up. Swinging and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. Cadott now with a 2-0 lead over the Cavaliers. There's the pitch. That one missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. Two balls, one strike, and the 2-1 pitch is inside. 3-1.
Still working that inside part of the zone.
Here's the pitch. That missed outside for ball 4. That's going to bring up designated hitter Tony Riley. Pascal yet to record an out in the 3rd inning. 2 runs in, runner on first. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. This is something I've noticed with Cavalier pitching. When they run into that situation, they start to press. And that pitch missed. 2-0. Pascal delivers. That's a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Jalen Pascal looks over at first and delivers. And a called strike and tossed down to first. And Brzezinski gets back. 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. Count is full. To Tony Riley. Here's the pitch. It's high for ball 4. And Ryan Bemnister's coming out to have a talk. Nobody warming up yet in the Cavalier bullpen. We're going to go back to the top of the order. Chad Crone coming to the plate.
Yeah, too early in the game. I don't know. I'm just going to see what's going on.
Got to settle him down a little here.
Just trying to work those edges, and when you're not getting those calls.
Well, and he's not making them either. He's not that close. So he's just got to put it over the plate and rely on his fielders to make plays. Of course, last time he did that, it landed out beyond the right field fence. So he's a little tentative on that, and Ryan Bemnister has to kind of give him a little more confidence back that your guys can make those plays. Showing bunt, and the pitch is a called strike. This is to Chad Crone. Runners at first and second. And the pitch, that's inside. Not by much. The Red Sox are staying fairly close to the plate. And if he misses inside, he's liable to hit him. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Two runners on. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pascal settled down and got Chad Crone for the first out of the inning. That brings up Jack Kane, who flew out to center field his first time up. Pitch is inside. It got away from Timon, and he could not make the play on Brzezinski, who got down to third. Runners on the corners. Here's the pitch. At the letters for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. One down. Jack Kane at the plate. Ground ball to short. Fielded by Boda. Throw to second for 1. Throw over to first. Not going to be in time. So Kane is on a fielder's choice. And Brzezinski scores. Riley was out at second. So Kane's at first. Jonah Hansen lined to short his last time up. 2 down now. Runner goes, swing and a miss. Fouled off. No balls and a strike. Runner takes his lead at first, and a strike called on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Runner on, 3 runs in for Cadott. Pascal delivers. Just missed high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was a good chase pitch right there. Lots of times a batter will go after that high fastball. Pascal glances over at first and delivers. Fly ball out into right field. Redwine comes in and snags it. So that's it for the Cadott Red Sox, but not without some damage. 3 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've played 2.5, and it's the Cadott Red Sox 3, Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
And we're back here. We're back here at Carson Park. Oh, my goodness, Dan. Cadott Red Sox with a 3-0 lead over the Cavaliers. Most of that a result of that 2-run home run by Henry Wilkerson, helping out his own cause here. So due up for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the 3rd, we have Ben Boda, and then back to the top of the order with Caden Erickson and Campbell Kapanke. And the first pitch is a strike at the letters. Boda comes into the game batting 143. And strike 2 called. Wilkerson starts his motion and delivers. That's outside for a ball. Hansen tried to frame it a little bit. Could not entice Dick Whiteside into giving him the call. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Wilkerson. Now back to the top of the order. Caden Erickson has the only Cavalier hit of the day. And that was an infield hit to the shortstop. And he hits one past the shortstop out into left field for a base hit. So Erickson's 2 for 2 today. And Campbell Kapanke lined out to the second baseman his last time up. Erickson with his lead. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Wilkerson looks over at first. He's at the belt. And the pitch. That's outside for a ball. Counts all even at 1-1. Wilkerson looks at first. Throw over to first. Erickson in. Just an opportunity to get the uniform dirty. One ball, one strike. And the pitch is inside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike to Campbell Kapanke. Here comes the pitch. It's outside. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch fouled back into the screen. Count is full to Campbell Kapanke. Wilkerson's payoff pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. Throw down to second. And Erickson's in safely. Kapanke goes down on strikes. And that brings up Gabe O'Brien, who walked his last time up. And Erickson is going to need some attention, I believe. He's got some pain in his fingers. And yeah, it looks like maybe it's his glasses got broken. So he's got an equipment timeout and maybe scratched his face in the process.
Yeah, the glasses probably when he slid in the second.
Yeah, his bridge of his nose was a little bloody. You know what? You can't keep those Colfax boys down, though. Caden dabbed it off and headed right back out to second base. 2 down. Gabe O'Brien, who drew a walk his first time up. Wilkerson delivers. Pitches outside for a ball. They want to work O'Brien on the outside. They sure don't want to leave it up middle in. And the pitch. Foul ball off to the left side.
And when you work them out,
huh?
And that's where he left it, almost in the middle.
But it was still on a little bit on the outside third, and that's what happens when you play it on the outside like that. It's going to go off the opposite way. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gabe O'Brien. Strike called on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down, runner at second. Erickson takes his lead. And the pitch. High and away. Counts even at 2-2. And the pitch. It's outside. The count goes full. Wilkerson looks in, likes that sign, looks over at second. And the pitch. Fouled away on the left side again. So the count remains at 3-2. 2 down. And the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Backham circling under it. He makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Cavaliers get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We've played 3, and it's the Cadott Red Sox 3, Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Cassie Johnson-Nelson, and Jeremy DeGrosse bringing you today's Cavalier doubleheader. We're in Game 1, heading into the 4th inning. Cadott Red Sox with a 3-0 lead, and stepping to the plate for the Red Sox is Cole Backham, who just made the catch for that final out. Ground ball up the middle into center field, and a base hit for Backham. That's going to bring up Eli Johnson. He was a victim of a strikeout his last time up. Here's the pitch, and that's a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike to Eli Johnson. Backham at first. He takes his lead. That one missed outside. Pascal at the belt. And he delivers. Swung on and fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, red wine heading over, and he can't get there in time. It falls in. So it's going to be a base hit for Eli Johnson. And Cole Backham checks in at second. Backham had to hold up. He wasn't sure if Redwine was going to get over there in time or not. And it fell just at Redwine's feet. That brings up Zach Merritt, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play last time up. Shows bunt, bails out. And Timon's going to go out and have a talk with Pascal. Inside for a ball. Well, Merritt discovered the other way to get your uniform dirty. Shows bunt again, pushes it down the first baseline, foul. One ball, 1 strike. Kapanke playing in on the edge of the grass. And that one got him in the helmet. Zach Merritt gets hit by the pitch. And that loads the bases with nobody out.
We had action in the Cavs dugout.
Or bullpen.
Or in the bullpen. It was Jackson Vent throwing, but we have number 12 down there.
I do.
Tyson.
That's Tyson Woodcock.
And number 15 starting to warm up.
Andrew Milner. No balls and 2 strikes to Carter Hesselman, who was also hit by a pitch a little earlier. That one just missed inside. Here's the pitch. That one missed outside. It got by Timon, and in to score is Backham. That goes down as a wild pitch. So the Red Sox are now up 4-0. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Hesselman. And that just missed outside. Pascal winds and delivers. Ball 4. And Ryan Bemnister's coming to the mound. And let's see if he makes a change. They're saying he's ready down in the bullpen. And Jalen Pascal has struggled these last couple innings. He's got the bases loaded, nobody out. 1 run in. They're going to leave him in. And stepping to the plate is Henry Wilkerson. He hit a 2-run homer his last time up.
Pitcher Henry Wilkerson.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul back. Just off to our right. No balls and a strike. And that one got past Timon. I think that one's going to go in the book as a pass ball. It was right there. So a run comes in, making it 5-0. Pitch is high. 2 balls and a strike to Wilkerson. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. 2-2 is the count. The wind and the pitch. Line shot to Kapanke at first, throw to second, and they got him. They got him at second. So a line drive to Kapanke, and then he threw it over to Boda for the double play. To get Hesselman at second. So now we have 2 down. Runner at third. That runner at third is Zach Merritt. And Logan Brzezinski, who drew a walk in his first appearance. This first pitch is a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes now. Here's the pitch. Chopper high, fielded by. Well, throw over to first in time. So for the Cavaliers, or for the Red Sox, I should say, 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 left on base. So we've completed 3.5, and it's the Cadott Red Sox 5 and the Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday, June 21st, when we will bring you the Cavaliers taking on the Augusta Athletics from Jan Kruger Field in Augusta, Wisconsin. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 6:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on Wednesday, June 21st on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Alvo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation. to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
So we're heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. Cavaliers have some runs to get, trailing 5-0. Leading off, Cooper Kapanke for the Cavs. Popped to second his first time up. That was an infield fly rule. Here's the pitch. Pop foul out of play. That's on the right side. No balls and a strike. Wilkerson winds and fires. Ground ball to short. Crone picks it up, throws over to first, and it gets past the first baseman, and Kapanke is safe. I think we're going to give him an error on the throw. And I haven't seen how they scored it yet. I think they gave him a hit. No, not yet. Yes, they gave him an error. There we go. The error is up on the Cadott side of things, so error on the shortstop. Jack Redwine, Geno's player of the game, is at the plate. He grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. First pitch is high for a ball. Make sure you stop out at Geno's Pizza tomorrow and get yourself your free soft drink, courtesy of Jack Redwine. And that pitch is a called strike at the knees. And if he should find a way to score today, then it would become an appetizer for your table. Kapanke takes his lead at first. Pitch is outside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Jack Redwine. He's at the plate. Kapanke takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Moving over is Backham. He makes the catch. For 1 out. That'll bring up Cole Timon. Hit a hard line drive that Crone had to leap into the air, but made the catch. Just kind of showing the kind of luck Timon has had this season. At least he was barreling up the ball, so as they say. Wilkerson delivers. Swing and a miss for a strike. A little bit behind that one. Wilkerson delivers. Strike on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Kapanke takes his lead. Wilkerson delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Chased the high fastball that time. Josh Garcia, victim of a strikeout his first time up. Wilkerson delivers. Line shot foul out of play. On the left side. Wilkerson at the belt. He delivers. That one missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. That one's in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Kapanke heading down to second, and he slides in safely. So it's 2 balls and a strike. To Josh Garcia. Cooper Kapanke out at second. Here's the pitch. That missed inside. 3-1 is the count. Again, this is a hitter's pitch coming up. And the pitch. And it's ball 4. So Garcia draws a walk, and the Cavs have 2 runners on. Mitch Voller coming to the plate, still looking for his first hit of the season. Struck out his last time up. Of course, that strikeout was only his 3rd at-bat of the year. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Wilkerson delivers. Foul back into the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. 2 down, 2 on. Ben Boda on deck. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3. So the Cavaliers get no runs on no hits. There was 1 Cadott error, and 2 were left on base. We've played 4, and it's the Cadott Red Sox 3, Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training on a Friday afternoon, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. You don't know how much somebody can hide what's going on inside their head. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Back here at Carson Park. New pitcher on the mound for the Cavaliers, Andrew Milner. Jalen Pascal went 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, all of which were earned on only 3 hits. He did walk 4 and struck out 2. Milner comes into the game with a 3.43 earned run average, and he has a record of 1 win and 2 losses. Leading off the 5th inning, and it's a strike called on the outside corner for the Red Sox, Tony Riley. He walked in his last appearance. That pitch is outside for a ball. The 1-1 pitch. That's high and inside. Riley had to duck out of the way. 2 balls and a strike. That one missed outside. And the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Counts full. And the pitch. That's high for ball 4. So Riley draws his second walk of the game. And takes us to the top of the order, Chad Crone. He's 0 for 2. Popped to second and struck out. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. Here's the pitch. Foul back right over the press box. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. The 2-1 pitch fouled out of play. 2-2. And there's somebody down there with an opinion. Here's the pitch. Throw down to first, and back in safely is Riley. Count is full to Chad Crone. Riley takes his lead, and the pitch. Foul back into the screen.
Action in the Cavs bullpen. Number 28, Jake Fisher.
Milner at the belt. He delivers. Swung on a miss. Throw down to second, and it gets through. Runner takes off for third, and he's going to be safe. So Crone goes down on strikes. Riley gets credit for a stolen base at second, and he advanced to third on the error. And there's a pitch caught the outside corner to Jack Kane. Kane is 0 for 2. Flew out to center field and grounded into a fielder's choice. Here's the pitch. Inside. Nearly got him. One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Milner at the belt. He delivers. It's outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. To Jack Kane. Here's the pitch. That's outside for ball 4. That'll bring up Jonah Hansen. Jonah is 0 for 2. He lined to short and flew out to right field. And Ryan Bemnister coming out to have a talk.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a pitching change.
Yes, we are. So we'll get that all figured out right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
And as we come back, we were watching the discussion on the mound. It looked like Andrew Milner might have had a bit of a sore arm and was coming out as a result. Jake Fisher is now on the mound. Milner gets credit for a third of an inning. As of now, he has not given up any runs. He gave up no hits, walked 2, struck out 1. He is responsible for the 2 runners on base. That's Jack Klein over on first and Tony Riley on third. So Jake Fisher has an 0-1 record with a 2.25 earned run average. He's only pitched 4 innings. Gave up 1 run. He's walked 3. Hasn't struck anybody out. He's one of those pitch-to-contact type hitters. Stepping in is Jonah Hansen. And the pitch is a strike. Throw down to third and back in safely, just barely, is Tony Riley. Jack Klein did go down to second. Hansen 0 for 2. Line to short. And also flew to right. Strike called on the outside corner. He pulled the string on that one.
Yeah, good curveball there.
That looked like when it was released, it was going outside, and it came right over the edge of the plate. Oh, 0-2 the count, and the pitch, a little bit low for a ball. Smothered there by Timon. 1 down, 2 runners on. And the pitch, Ground ball to first. Kapanke, it gets under his glove out into right field. One run is in. Second run coming in to score. So Hansen is on an error by Kapanke, and the 2 runs come in to score. They are both unearned runs. Because they scored on an error. No RBIs are granted. So Milner does get charged with the 2 runs, but they were not earned runs. And the first pitch is a strike. Cole Backham is at the plate. He singled and scored his last time up. Throw over to first. Hansen back in safely. 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's called strike. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 runs in this inning. 7-0. Here's the pitch. That's inside for a ball. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that's out number 2. Eli Johnson. He also singled and scored his last time up. Swing and a miss for strike 1. No balls and a strike. Fly ball out into shallow center field, and it's going to fall in. It found no man's land out there. So runners at first and second with 2 down. That brings up Zach Merritt. He's 0 for 1, grounded into a double play. He also was hit by the pitch. Pitch is outside for a ball. And they've got the runner in a rundown. They're going to chase him back towards second. He makes the change, and they got him. So, Jonah Hansen caught in the rundown. And that's it for the Red Sox as they picked up 2 runs on no hits, 1 Cavalier error, and 2 left, or 1 hit, I should say, and 2 were left on base. So we've completed 4.5, and it's the Red Sox 7, Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
We're back here at Carson Park. Cassie just gave me a funny look, and we won't go into why. So, leading off the bottom of the 5th inning, Cavaliers have a lot of runs to get. Ben Boda trying to get things started. He struck out his first time up. Wilkerson still on the mound for the Red Sox. And a high pop foul out of play on the first base side. No balls and 1 strike. Boda watches that one. It's low for a ball. And the pitch is right down the middle for a strike. One ball, 2 strikes. And a foul ball back just over the press box. Count holds at 1-2. Ben Boda staring him down. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Chase the high fastball. That's going to take us back to the top of the order. Caden Erickson, he's 2 for 2. That's 7 strikeouts for Wilkerson. There's the pitch. Ground ball over to third. Throw over to first, and they got Erickson. 2 down. That'll bring up Campbell Kapanke. He's 0 for 2. Line to second and struck out. And the pitch. Ground ball again to third. Scoop there, throw over to first, and in time. So the Cavaliers go down quietly in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 5, and it's the Cavs 0, but the Red Sox have 7 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
So we're going to go into the top of the 6th inning of 7. First of 2 today. Cavaliers trailing in the opener 7-0. Just struggling to get the bats going. Only 2 hits so far for the Cavaliers, both by Caden Erickson. Due up for the Red Sox in the 6th inning are Zach Merritt, Carter Hesselman, and Henry Wilkerson. Merritt coming to the plate. 0 for 1, grounded into a double play and was hit by the pitch. Here's the wind in the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Jake Fisher on the mound. Here's the pitch. And it missed for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 2-1 is the count. And it's a high pop foul out of play on the left side. Off the top of the bleachers. Nice, comfortable day here at the ballpark today. Perfect to take Dad to the ball game. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Counts even at 2-2. Merritt reached for that one. He's kind of laughing about it. Fisher at the belt. The 2-2 pitch. Line shot. Boda grabs it. Throws over to first in time. Ben Boda with a nice play at short. Fielding it behind the bag at second and making the throw to first. That's going to bring up Carter Hesselman. He's not had an official trip. Check that. We have a pinch hitter for Hesselman. Sam Feck. Swinging and a miss for strike 1. Here's the pitch. High pop-up into shallow center field. Coming in is O'Brien, and he makes the catch. Dan, I'll tell you what, you got to be careful about high pop-ups like that on a day like this. They could bring rain.
Yeah, it's a little humid today.
But there's that nice breeze, so it's actually real comfortable out. So like I said, bring Dad to the ball game. We have another one coming up this afternoon. Henry Wilkerson at the plate. First pitch is outside for a ball. Wilkerson homered his first time up, 2-run shot, and then lined into a double play. Pitch is inside for a ball. Jake Fisher was kind of wondering, why did I not get that call? You got to be kidding. Two-0 pitch. Chopped foul, and that went off the shin of Wilkerson. 2 balls and 1 strike. Maybe off his foot. He's kind of wiggling it around a little bit. It's still attached, so he's okay. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Line shot to Boda at short. Plants his feet, throws it over to first, and got him. So the Red Sox go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. So we've played 5.5, and it's the Red Sox 7, Cavaliers nothing on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Oh, we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson, Cassie Johnson, Nelson, Dan Petchow, Jeremy DeGrosse, bringing you today's Cavalier doubleheader. We're in the waning innings of Game 1. Cavaliers definitely have their work cut out for them in this one. Trailing 7-0 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, Gabe O'Brien, Cooper Kapanke, and Jack Redwine. Wilkerson has done a pretty nice job on the mound. Only giving up 2 hits, no runs. Here's the pitch. And fouled off of O'Brien. Or looked like it maybe kind of came off his shoulder as he swung and fouled it off. No balls and a strike. Wilkerson delivers. Outside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Grounder foul down the first base line. One ball, 2 strikes. To Gabe O'Brien. And the pitch. Line shot out into left center field for a base hit. O'Brien rounds first, takes a big turn, and heads back into first. So that brings up Cooper Kapanke, who's 0 for 2. He popped to second and then got on an error his last time up. So O'Brien delivers a leadoff single. Let's see if the Cavaliers can get a little something going here. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. High pop foul back out of play. One ball, 1 strike. To Cooper Kapanke. Runner goes. Turns, throws to second, but he's in safely. Gabe O'Brien basically stole on a sleeping pitcher that time. By the time Wilkerson turned and made his throw, O'Brien was able to slide in underneath the tag.
Yeah, what a sneaky little play.
So O'Brien takes his lead at second. The 1-1, oh, throw out to the shortstop, and O'Brien back in safely. O'Brien evidently has Wilkerson's attention now. Here's the pitch, foul back into the net. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wilkerson looks at second, and the 1-2 pitch, grounded foul into the Cavalier dugout, and it bounced right back out again.
All brought to you by the Northern Light Webcasting Network, or NLWN-TV. You can find them on
Wilkerson looks in. And the delivery swung on a miss for strike 3. Kapanke chased a high fastball. That's going to bring up Jack Redwine. Jack Redwine, the Geno's player of the game. Don't forget to stop out at Geno's tomorrow. Get your free soft drink. Maybe he'll find a way to score today. Then it turns into an appetizer. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Runner at second, that's Gabe O'Brien. Wilkerson delivers. It's way outside for ball. One ball and 1 strike is the count to Jack Redwine. Here's the pitch. Strike called at the letters. Wilkerson delivers, and it's high and away. Counts even at 2-2 with 1 out. O'Brien out at second. Takes his lead. And the pitch. Check swing high and away. Counts full. Bryan takes his lead. Crone playing a little cat and mouse with him. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike 3. That's 9 strikeouts for Wilkerson. That brings up Cole Timon, who lined to short and has one of those 9 strikeouts. And the pitch. Fly ball, foul down the right field line, out of play. Here's the pitch. Line shot up the middle, base hit. Rounding third, coming in to score is Gabe O'Brien, and Timon checks in with an RBI single. And the Cavs are on the board. So Timon got the base hit with an RBI. And Jackson Vance running for Timon as the courtesy runner. And that brings up our third baseman, Josh Garcia. Garcia's 0 for 1. He struck out. He also drew a walk. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Vance takes the lead at first. Throw over to first. Vance is back in. Jackson Vance, the courtesy runner for Cole Timon. And the pitch is a ground ball towards second. Can't handle it cleanly, but makes the flip at first for the out. Kane stayed with it, kept the ball in front of him, and was able to make the flip over to Hesselman for the put out. So the Cavaliers are down in the 6th, but they do pick up a run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. So we've played 6, and it's the Cadott Red Sox 7 and the Cavaliers 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 24th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cowboys taking on the Midwestern Wildcats from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, June 24th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Back here at Carson Park as we head into the top of the 7th inning of our doubleheader today. Jake Fisher on the mound, and the first pitch to Logan Brzezinski is fouled off. Now don't forget, because today is a doubleheader, after this game is over, we'll have a very short version of Talkin' Baseball, and then we'll have to leave the air for a moment or two, a few minutes maybe, and get things reset for game 2. The pitch is outside for a ball. That'll take about, maybe 3 minutes or so. And then once we're back on the air, just come back to YouTube and take a look, and you'll find us. Pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brzezinski is 0 for 1. Grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. High pitch, ball 2. We keep hearing some rumbles and bumbles, but I think it's still a fair distance away from us. Pitch is inside. That was one that got away from Fisher a little bit. And the pitch. High pop foul. Kapanke overreaches into the dugout and can't make the play. I can give it to him after.
Which is south entrance to Carson Park on Water Street. You find them on the web at roadsideec.com.
And I think they might be calling interference. They're going to have a discussion. And the umpire wants to have a word with Kapanke. Or either that or the other umpire. Dick Smith is... And they called him out. They called interference in the dugout. And as Kapanke was reaching over, he had to reach through a player. And so it's considered a foul out to Kapanke. That'll bring up Tony Riley. He's walked twice. And this isn't Tony Riley hitting. Austin Gadel, he hits a pop-up out to second. And it takes us back to the top of the order. That'll take us back to the top of the order with Chad Crone. He struck out twice and popped to second. And the pitch is inside. He's saying it hit him, and it did. Got him in the sleeve. Dan, is it raining lightly out there right now? Because it looks to me like the ground is getting damp. Pitch is inside for a ball.
No, I think we're good yet.
Crone gets down to second.
The sky's not looking too scary here yet.
No, I didn't think it was storming or anything, but it just looked like it had picked up some extra moisture. And they throw it down to third. They do not get him as he steals third. Crone has stolen 2 bases now on this trip to the plate. 2 balls, no strikes to Kane. The breeze is picking up a little bit. Fly ball out into right field. Redwine comes in and makes the catch. So, for the Red Sox, they pick up no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We played 6.5. It's the Cavaliers' last chance in Game 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Back here at Carson Park as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch is high for a ball to Mitch Voller. Voller's 0 for 2, struck out twice. Still looking for hit number 1 of the season. Pitch is outside for a ball. Looks like we could have a little weather brewing behind us moving in. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into shallow center field. Moving back is Crone, and he makes the catch. That's going to bring up Ben Boda, who's also struck out twice. As Jeremy says, he's due. Here's the wind and the first pitch to Boda, and that missed low. One ball and no strikes with 1 out. Fly ball out into shallow right field. This could be trouble. Moving over is second baseman Kane, and he makes the catch. Got a little bit too high, and I keep telling them, Dan, they can't hit him that high on days like this. It'll bring rain, and we got another game we got to try to get in.
That's been a couple of them that have been sky high.
So it's all left up to Caden Erickson here. As he steps in, he's 2 for 3. High pop-up, and that should just about do it. Coming over and making the catch is Hesselman. So, for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Final score in Game 1, the Cadott Red Sox 7, Cavaliers 1. We'll have a very brief Talkin' Baseball right after this timeout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game. Time now for Talkin' Baseball, with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game, presented by Mama Squirrels Cleaning and more. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Carson Park. We're going to do a real quick Talkin' Baseball, and then we'll have to leave the air shortly to get things set up for Game 2. So Game 1 goes like this. Cadott, 7 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Cavaliers, 1 run. 4 hits. They committed 2 errors. The winning pitcher in Game 1 was Henry Wilkerson. He helped himself out a lot with a 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. And the losing pitcher goes to Jalen Pascal. His record goes to 1-1 on the season. So like I said, we're going to have to leave the air briefly, and you're gonna, if you want to watch Game 2, you got to back out of YouTube and then come back in as soon as you see that we are back on the air with Game 2, and we'll have that for you probably in just a few minutes on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You have been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game presented by Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and more. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV will now have to leave the air briefly so we can reset our equipment to bring you Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Please close out of our channel on YouTube and come back in a few moments when you see that Game 2 is available. This is the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.